Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vignavinayaka Murti ki jai. Let me share my screen. The Dhyana slokas. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmatacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Shruti-smriti-purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat-padam Shankaram Lokashankaram. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Asato ma sadghamaya tamaso ma jyotirghamaya mrityorma amritam ghamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vadantu Shastrani Yajantu Devan Kurvantu Karmani Bhajantu Devataha Atmaiva Kabodena Vina Vimuktihi Na Siddhyate Brahma Shantira Tepihi. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnadamuchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. What Ganesh ji for today's session?
Thank you, Natraji. Om Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashye Makshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stushtvagum Sastanubhi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vidyashavaha Swasti na Pusha Vishvavedaha Swasti nastarkshyo Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatirdhadatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Pranams to the Lord. Pranams to all the Satsangis. Hari Om. We are studying the Prashna Upanishad and we have completed the 10 mantras of the first chapter. And we have seen the Rishi answering the question, the first question, how did all the creatures come into being? So he has been talking about creation, Srishti, the creation of the cosmos and the creatures in the cosmos. And he said in the first stage of Srishti, Prajapati created Mithunam, a pair consisting of Rayi and Prana. We can say Prajapati himself became Rayi and Prana. And Rayi is what? Rayi, that which is Murtam, having form corresponding to matter. Prana is Amurtam, formless, the energy principle. And the Rishi clarified that this division into, Murtam, Amurtam, form, formless is only for communication. Essentially, Murtam, Amurtam are the same material. So, Prana is symbolically represented by Surya, the sun, Aditya. Rai is symbolically represented by Chandrama, the moon. And we saw the Rishi glorifying the sun. He said, as the sun rises in the east, the rays of the sun spread across the area in the east. And as the sun goes up, the rays spread across all the directions. They embrace and envelop all the living beings. And then the rays cover the pranamaya kosha of every being. And they nourish the prana shakti. The sun rays nourish the prana shakti. And next, the rishis talked about Surya as Agni Tattvam, the fire principle, because Surya is considered as the Agni on earth. Fire is there in many forms in the universe, producer of heat, producer of light. That is Surya, the fire principle. And Surya also is Vaishvanaraha, the Samashti Jiva, the total Jiva, sum total of all the Jivas. Then he illumines all forms. And it can be said that he assumes all the forms. Next, the Rishi quoted a Rig Veda mantra which glorifies Surya. And in the mantra, we saw that the Jnanis, they regard Surya not just as an inert ball of fire, but as a divine being, as a Devata, Surya Devata. And Surya then is described in various ways in this mantra. He is described as the life, the very life of all the creatures, and one who is of all forms, and the all-knowing, omniscient. He is the resort of all. He is the giver of heat and possessing 1,000 rays. Means his rays spread out everywhere. In this manner, Surya Bhagavan is glorified. Next, we saw the second stage of the process of creation. What is the second stage? Kala Srishti, creation of the time principle. And the sun and the moon are said to generate time in the form of Samvatsara, Masa, and Divasa, the year, the month, and the 24-hour day. So the creation of each of these is then described by the Rishi. In Mantra 9, the Rishi said, Samvatsaro vai Prajapatihi. The year indeed is Prajapati. Prajapati has become the sun, who in turn becomes the year by his movement. Samvatsara Srishti is described in this manner. So sun by its movement is responsible for one type of kala, which is measured as the year and also the day. Moon is responsible for another type of kala, the month, which is measured through the phases of the moon, the dark fortnight and the bright fortnight. Together make up a month. And then next, the Rishi talked about the two sadhanas, karma and upasana sadhana. So, karma as a sadhana is called Ishtapurta karma. Ishtapurta, which involves activities like Panchamahayajna. What about upasana? Typically means meditation on Surya Bhagavan. Then, karma is connected with Dakshinayanam, also called Krishnagati, where the sun moves in the direction of the south. That is karma. Upasana is connected with Uttarayanam, also called Shuklagati, the bright path, when the sun moves in the direction of the north. And after death, the Karma Pradhana people go through Krishnagati, go to Svargaloka, and return to Bhuloka. Karma Pradhana people. And after death, the Upasana Pradhana people, they will get Shuklagati. They go through Shuklagati and go to Brahmaloka, and they can attain Jnanam there and get liberation. Now, in the 10th mantra, the Rishi mentioned a Rig Veda mantra that deals with the topic of Surya Bhagavan as Samvatsara as the year. We will see this mantra now. Mantra 111. Panchapadam pitaram dvadashakritim diva ahuh pare arde purishinam अथेमे अन्य उपरे विचक्षणम् सप्तचक्रे षडराहुरर्पितमिति. So in this mantra, Surya Bhagavan as the Lord of time is glorified. Samvatsara means the year, is measured based on the movement of the sun. Uttarayanam and Dakshinayanam. We can say that Samvatsara is a product of Surya Bhagavan. Surya Bhagavan himself appears in the form of Samvatsaratmaka Kala. In other words, Surya Bhagavan is time himself. And as we saw earlier, Surya is the source of all prana, prana Shakti. And the Samashti prana, the total prana at the cosmic level is Hiranyagarbha. And that is Surya. So we see that, Samvatsara, Surya, prana, Hiranyagarbha, they are all interconnected. And in this mantra, the glorification of Bhagavan as Samvatsara itself, as the year, is given in a very poetic language, very imaginative form. Swami Chinmayananda ji calls this description a beautiful pen picture. So let's look at it. Iti ahuhu, it is said, meaning this is the description given by one group of people. So here, two groups of people give two different descriptions, which is described in this verse. So in this mantra, we see two sets of descriptions of the Lord of Time, which is given by two groups of people. Panchapadam, having 5 feet. Now, what does this refer to? No, feet are used for moving. What is it that's got 5 feet that is referred to here? Which creature has got it? Well, the 5-footed one refers to Samvatsara, the year. How? Because the 5 feet refer to 5 seasons of the year. Samvatsara moves on these feet, Panchapada. See, in our tradition, the year is divided into 6 seasons actually. 6. What are those? We have the spring, Vasanta. Then we have summer, Grishma. Then rainy season, Varsha. Followed by autumn, Sharat. Hemanta. Hemanta is actually pre-winter or beginning of winter, Hemanta, and winter itself, Shishira. So 6 seasons. What are those? Vasanta, Grishma, Varsha, Sharat, Hemanta, Shishira. Spring, summer, rain, autumn, pre-winter, winter. These are the ones. Now we can join pre-winter and winter and make it into one season. Winter. So that means there are 5 seasons in the year. 5 seasons, 5 feet. So symbolically, the year of 5 seasons is depicted as 5 feet. 5-footed one is Samvatsara. See, just as the feet cause a mobile being to move, mobile being move on feet, 5 seasons cause the movement of the year. They cause time. Samvatsara moves on, passing from one season to the next, and thus as each Samvatsara goes by, time moves on without a stop. Therefore, Panchapadam Samvatsaratmakam, that is what it is. Then, that is Surya Bhagavan. And Dvadashakritim, Dvadasha, 12. Akriti forms, 12 formed one. So Samvatsara is one with 12 forms, or we can say versions. What are these 12 forms? What do the symbolize? Months of the year, 12. Each month of the year has its own feature, in terms of weather. Weather is different from month to month, hot, humid, rainy, not, etc. So the Samvatsara comes in 12 different forms. So we say it is 12 formed one. As one month passes and another comes, it is as if the Lord of Time changes his form. These forms follow one after another in a cycle of 12 each. A year passes, that is time as Samvatsara. Then Pitaram. So this is a description of the son. Pitaram, Pitarams. Father, father, because the father produces life. Surya Bhagavan alone is responsible for the origin of life on earth. Not only origin, also for its very survival, for its very sustenance. Therefore, Surya Bhagavan is described as the father, the generator of life, Pitara, Pitaram. And if Surya Bhagavan is not there, life would not have been possible on earth. So, this is the description of Surya Bhagavan. So, Panchapadam Dvadashakritim regards Surya Bhagavan as a Samvatsara, whereas Pitaram here describes the Surya Bhagavan himself. Okay. And also, Divapare Arde. Divaparam means upper regions of the sky, heavenly regions. Ardham means Tanam, place. So, Divapare Ardhe means located in the higher regions. That's where Surya Bhagavan is located, a place higher than, very much higher than the Earth's atmosphere. Divapare Ardhe, and Surya Bhagavan is Purishinam. He is full of water. Now, Surya Bhagavan is said to be full of water here. Why? Because he sends down rain. So, as if it is poetically is full of water that comes down from him in the form of rain. Surya Bhagavan, therefore, is the Lord of rains. We see that in the Gita. Because Lord Krishna says he is that sun. Tapamyahamaham varsham nigranam utsrujamicha amritam chaiva mrityuscha sadasachaham arjuna. So, Bhagavan, Lord Krishna says, in the form of Surya Bhagavan, he heats up the ocean waters, absorbs the water and produces clouds. The clouds then pour out in the form of rain. So, he himself is Surya Bhagavan, and Surya Bhagavan therefore is Purishinam, the largest source of water in the world, not directly but indirectly through rains. This is the description of Surya Bhagavan. This is how Surya Bhagavan is glorified by one group of people. Now, another group of people say, Anye Ataha Anye Ahuhu. Then others say, another group of describes Surya Bhagavan in the following manner: Sapta Chakre. Sapta, 7, Chakre, wheel. Okay. So, how do we interpret this? We interpret this phrase as that which moves on a chariot pulled by 7 horses. This interpretation is from the Puranas, where Surya is described as riding a chariot with 7 horses. So, what does each horse represent? The color of white light. Each is a color. 7 colors make up the white light. So, as we know, light is made of 7 basic colors. Surya Bhagavan, in the form of light, moves with 7 colors. Now, we can also consider the 7 horses as 7 days of the week. That is another interpretation. 7 days of the week, one day after another moves on, a week passes by. And Shadara Arpitam. Shadara, another description. Shadara Arpitam. Shadara, 6 spokes. Shat means 6, Ara, spokes. 6-spoked one of a wheel. That's what it is. 6 spokes of a wheel placed on 6 spokes. So each spoke then represents what? 6, we saw in the earlier description. Season. So earlier we said seasons were the feet. In this description, they are the spokes of a wheel. So 6 spokes of 6 seasons. As the wheel goes on revolving, time goes on. So this is the pen picture of Surya as one who rides on a one-wheeled chariot driven by 7 horses. That's the description. And such a Surya Bhagavan is Vichakshanam, omniscient, knower of everything. Sarvajna, Vichakshanam. Because in the form of Hiranyagarbha, he is the Hiranyagarbha, the cosmic mind, the total mind. He is the all-knowing one. So thus, in this manner, Surya Bhagavan is glorified with the descriptions given by two groups of people in this Rig mantra. With this, the topic of Samvatsara Srishti, the creation of the time principle in the form of a year by Surya Bhagavan, is over. Now, the next verse describes Masa Srishti, the creation of time principle in the form of a month by Chandra, the moon. Mantra 112. Maso vai prajapatihi तस्य कृष्णपक्ष एव रैः शुक्लः प्राणः तस्मादेतऋषयः शुक्ल इष्टं कुर्वन्ति इतरस्मिन् मासो वै प्रजापतिः. The month is verily Prajapati. So the Upanishad, does not say the Lord, Prajapati created time. He says that Prajapati himself became time in the form of Masa. And Tasya Krishna Paksha eva Raihi. So that Krishna Paksha, the dark fortnight, is Rai. And Shukla Paksha, bright fortnight, of course, Prana. Rai and Prana. Everywhere Prajapati is there, Rai and Prana is there. Is there significance in this? Mantra says, Tasmat, therefore, what happens? Ete Rishayaha, the great rishis, Shukle Ishtam Kurvanti. Ishtam means the Vaidika karmas. So they perform Vaidika karmas in the bright fortnight, in Shukla Paksha. So, what is that Vaidika karma here? Specifically, it is Prajapati Upasana. Upasana on Prajapati. So, in our Vedic culture, the bright fortnight has got significance. It's considered to be good for, having all auspicious activities. Because it's the waxing period of the moon, that fortnight. So, karma performed during the bright fortnight is regarded as giving superior benefits. Superior. Dark fortnight, during which the moon wanes, is considered as inferior. Performing Vaidika karma during the dark fortnight gives inferior result. This is the belief. Now what happens? These great rishis who are Prajapati Upasakas, they do not regard the two fortnights in this manner at all. Because they regard prana as everything. So even though prana is identified with Shukla Paksha, the bright fortnight, they regard the entire Masaha, consisting of both bright and dark fortnights, all of that as prana itself. Therefore, when such Prajapati Upasakas perform karma in Krishna Paksha, they will get the same result as if the karma was performed in Shukla Paksha. Means Prajapati Upasana makes all karmas auspicious regardless of when they are performed. Now what about the non-upasakas? The people who do not perform Prajapati Upasana, itarasmin, means the others in the other. We have to interpret this, others in the other. Means the others, means the non-upasakas in the other, Krishna Paksha, the dark half. So, the non-upasakas, they perform karma in Krishna Paksha. Means the karmas produced, which are conducted by non-upasakas, irrespective whether they are done in Shukla Paksha or Krishna Paksha, they get the results as if they are done only in Krishna Paksha, the dark fortnight. They always get inferior result. So, on the other hand, these Prajapati Upasakas, they make all karmas auspicious, superior, as if they are performed in Shukla Paksha. So that is the idea here. This is how this mantra is to be interpreted. So with this Masa Srishti subtopic, which is a part of Kala Srishti topic, is completed. Next we see Divasa Srishti, Divasa, creation of day and night, 24-hour day. Mantra 113. अहोरात्रो वै प्रजापतिः तस्याहरेव प्राणः रात्रिरेव रैः प्राणं वा ये ते प्रस्कन्दन्ति ते दिवारत्या संयुज्यन्ते ब्रह्मचर्यमेव तत् यद्रातौ रत्र संयुज्यन्ते. So in this verse, the Rishi talks about Divasa Shrishti, the creation of 12-hour day. Means one day and one night. Ahoratra vai Prajapati. Day and night are verily Prajapati. So one full day consists of day and night. Is a calendar day is created by Prajapati. But the mantra does not say Prajapati created. It says Prajapati himself becomes day and night. Again, Rai and Prana are there. So Ahaha eva pranaha. The day alone is prana. Ratri eva rai. Night alone is rai. So why day can be said to be prana? Because see, the day represents prana tattvam, because during daytime prana is active. Prana is powerful in a human being. That's why we say morning time and noon time are the best times to have a meal, because prana is active and food gets properly digested. Prana is active during the day. Night, prana is not so active. Therefore, we say, dinner taken at night should be light. That means the human metabolism waxes and wanes in the 24-hour period. The night represents Rai Tattva. Rai. Next, the mantra gives some incidental statement for couples who want to beget children. The mantra states that for begetting children, the conception must be only at night time. Conception should not be during the daytime. So, ye divaratya samyujyante. So, rati means conception. Samyujyante means engage in conjugal union. So, those who engage in conjugal union during the day, pranam yete prakskandanti. They waste their prana shakti. They drain their prana shakti. They are weakening themselves, which is not good for them nor for the child. On the other hand, yet ratrau samyujyante, those who engage in conjugal union during the night, brahmacharyam eva, it is as good as brahmacharyam, as good as celibacy. So they can be then verily considered as brahmacharis, even though they are grihasthas. Now, this statement is to stress on the importance of conjugal union during the night as against daytime. So, following this rule is called Prajapati Vratam. Okay, with this, the Kala Srishti topic is over. So, Kala Srishti is done. Next comes the topic of Anna Srishti and Praja Srishti. Mantra 114. Annam vai prajapatihi tatoha vai tadretaha tasmadimah prajah prajayanta iti. So this mantra talks about Anna Srishti and Praja Srishti. So Annam vai prajapatihi. Food is verily Prajapati. So Prajapati himself comes in the form of Annam, food. So we can say Anna Srishti, creation of food, happens due to Prajapati himself appearing in the form of food. So then Anna Srishti leads to Praja Srishti, creation of the offspring. How is food converted into offspring? That is explained in the verse. So Annam is consumed both by male human beings as well as female human beings. So Annam that is consumed by the male gets converted into several products. And one of the products is the bijam, the seed which enables the human being to produce a child. That is, Annam transforms into bijam in Purusha Shariram. And annam that is consumed by the female human being gets converted to many products, and one of the products is the egg or the ovum. Therefore, the seed and the egg, these two are the products of annam in the male body and the female body. So, conception takes place when the egg is united with the bijam. Offspring is thus produced. So, thus, annam is responsible for the birth of the baby. Let us see how the verse puts it. Tataha, tataha, from that annam, food. Havai tat retaha, verily that, seminal fluid, the seed fluid in man is produced from food. Tasmat imaha prajaha prajayanta iti. From that, all the creatures are born. So, all the creatures are born and out of food, annam. So, this answers the first question that was asked by Kabandi Katyayana. The question was, Kuto hava imah praja prajayante. From what are all the creatures born? Pippala the Rishi has answered this question. Now the Rishi talks about the phalam. Phalam is required, result of practicing the sadhanas of karma and upasana. So he first talks about the phalam of karma. Mantra 115. Tadye havai tat prajapati vratam charanti. Te mithunam utpadayante. Tasmate vaisha brahmalokaha. Yesham tapo brahmacharyam. Yeshu satyam pratishtitam. Tadye havai prajapati vratam charanti. So those who practice this prajapati vratam means include following that rule given in mantra 13. So following this rule, a grihastha will be as good as brahmachari. Te mithunam utpadayate. They mithunam utpadayante. They mithunam utpadayante. They will beget a pair, meaning they will get male children as well as female children. So following Prajapati Vatam means not only following the rule given in 13 mantra, but also it means following the Grihastha karma. It means following the Panchamahayajna. That is to be followed. Not only should they follow, they have to hand it over to the next generation. In this way, they perpetuate the Dharmika Parampara. The tradition, the dharmic tradition is perpetuated if they follow that, and also Esham Tapa Brahmacharyam. So there is Tapaha and Brahmacharyam. In whom there is Tapa and Brahmacharya, meaning those who follow Tapas and Brahmacharya, that also has to be followed. Tapas, here in this context, it means discipline, life of moderation in everything, no indulgence in anything, no addiction to anything. Disciplined, moderate life. That's what it means here. Austere life. So, that is tapa for a grihastha. Brahmacharyam, celibacy. And following Prajapati Vratam is also as good as following Brahmacharya. Okay. And Eshu Satyam Pratishtitam. They have to follow values. Here, Satyam is the representative of all the values, and Satyam being the most important value. Truthfulness is the most important. So they have to follow values, means healthy moral habits. Eshu satyam pratishtitam, and for such grihasthas, what is the phalam? Teshameva eshaha brahmalokaha. For them alone is brahmaloka. So here the mantra uses the word brahmaloka. Now Shankaracharya adds a note in this mantra because he says, in this mantra, Brahmaloka, we have to take it as Swargaloka. Because through Krishna Gati, they will get Swargaloka, these grihasthas who perform karma. This is the phalam that a grihastha gets on following that grihasthashrama karma. Grihasthashrama karma, including Prajapati Vratam. And from Swargaloka, where does the jiva go to? We have to recollect what Lord Krishna said in the ninth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punyam martyalokam vishanti. So these people, having enjoyed that vast Swargaloka, when their punya is exhausted, they enter the world of mortals. Means they return to Bhuloka. This is the karma phalam. Now next verse gives the phalam of upasana. Mantra 116. तेषामसौ विरजो ब्रह्मलोकः न एषु जिक्ममनृतं न माया चेति. What phalam do the upasakas get? So in this Upanishad we have seen, the upasakas are those who practice Prajapati upasana or Bhagavan as Vishwarupa. It is the same thing. Prajapati upasana is Surya upasana, in which Surya is visualized as everything. So details of this upasana is very much there. It will be elaborated later in the Upanishad, because now we have just looked at the introduction. Now, this phalam will be obtained for those who practice upasana and also follow certain disciplines. What are the disciplines? Na yeshu jihmam anritam na maya cha iti. In whom there is no jihmam, anritam and maya. Three negative qualities which have to be eliminated through discipline. What are these three negative qualities? Jihmam, deceit, fraudulent behavior, manipulative behavior, crooked behavior, jihmam, eliminated. What needs to be eliminated? One should become upright, straightforward. Then anritam, falsehood. Falsehood can be defined as expressing differently from what you actually feel. This is the definition. Means when the words that you speak are not in consonance with what you think. Swami Chinmayananda ji says that falsehood impoverishes your thought power. Impoverishes your thought power. So even though you think by speaking untruth, you will get success in achieving your goal, actually in your mind, you get an irresistible flow of negative thoughts, which negate your own determination. Thoughts keep on popping up in your mind when you say a falsehood. I will not succeed by doing this. It keeps on popping up. So therefore, anritam, falsehood leads to failure. Honesty is the quality that is required. And third negative quality, Maya. Maya here means hypocrisy. So such a person, he projects himself in public in one way, and in private, his behavior is just the opposite. Means he shows double personality. That is Maya here. Opposite is a personality which is morally upright. So what happens to those who practice upasana and also have got these values? What happens to them? Teshamaso virajaha brahmalokaha. For them, this pure brahmaloka. They obtain the untainted brahmaloka. This is the loka where you get all types of joy, ananda, everywhere ananda. So those who are in brahmaloka, they can indulge in all sorts of pleasures. But on the other hand, they can perform jnana yoga, get jnanam and attain moksha. So that is what most people can do. So karma will give Swargaloka, upasana will give Brahmaloka in a nutshell. And we have to note here that this phalam will be obtained when there is a sankalpa, there has to be a desire for these lokas. Now, these sadhanas are therefore done with, sakama karma. These are sakama karma. So then you get this, Swargaloka or Brahmaloka. But it is not mentioned by the Rishi here. But we have to note that a mumukshu, a spiritual seeker who wants only moksha, follows karma and upasana not as sakama karmas. No. He is not interested in material results. He is not interested in getting punyam through which he can go to Swargaloka and enjoy pleasures. No. He performs them as nishkama karma upasana. He does not desire to go to any loka. So he performs karma and upasana to purify his mind and get sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. He performs them to get the qualification for understanding Vedanta. So understanding Vedanta leads to getting jnana to moksha in this very life, here and now. That is what a mumukshu aspires for. So let us stop now and recap what we saw today. So as we know, Samvatsara, the year is measured based on movement of the sun. We can say that the and we saw a Rig Veda mantra where Surya Bhagavan is glorified. So the year is allegorically depicted by two sets of descriptions. One set describes Surya Bhagavan as having 5 feet, which represent the 5 seasons. Or the Samvatsara has got, the year has got 5 feet, which represent the 5 seasons. And Surya Bhagavan is father who creates life. And as Samvatsara, he has got 12 forms, which represents 12 months. And he is Purishinam, the source of water, being is the creator of rain. Another set of description, he moves on a chariot driven by 7 horses, which stand for 7 colors of the light. And the chariot moves on only one wheel with 6 spokes, each spoke being a season. And he is Vichakshana, all knower. So in this manner, Surya Bhagavan is glorified. Then we saw Masa Srishti, Prajapati becomes the month. In the dark fortnight, verily Ravi, bright Ravi and bright fortnight, Prana, Ravi and Prana, dark half, bright half. So karmas done by Prajapati Upasakas are as though they are performed in the bright half of the month. They get superior result. Others who perform get inferior result, irrespective whether they are done in the bright half or dark half. It is as if all the karmas are done in dark half, dark fortnight. Next, we saw Divasa Srishti, a 24-hour day is Prajapati. Daytime is Prana, nighttime is Rai. Those who engage in conjugal union during the day waste their energy. Those who unite at night are considered verily brahmacharis. This is the rule of Prajapati, Prajapati Vratam. Next mantra talks about Anna Srishti, creation of food, and Praja Srishti, creation of offspring. So food is verily Prajapati. Annam consumed by the male human being produces the seed fluid in man and egg in women. From there, all the creatures are born. Then we saw the phalam of the two sadhanas, karma and upasana. Those who follow Prajapati Vratam produce male and female offspring. Prajapati Vratam includes life of moderation in everything, observing brahmacharyam, following values. Values mean notably satyam, truthfulness. So such people, they obtain Svargaloka and they return to Bhuloka when their punyam is exhausted. So these are the karma pradhana people. Upasaka pradhana people practice Surya Upasana and they avoid, fraudulent behavior, falsehood, hypocrisy. They avoid that and they obtain Brahmaloka. They get the opportunity to practice Jnana Yoga and gain liberation. In this manner, the phalam of the two sadhanas, karma and upasana, are described. So with this, the answer to the first question is completed. Now we come to the second question, which we will see in our next session. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Ganeshji. The one thing that I understand is with this Prajapati Vratam, we will be always coming back and forth with this samsara chakram. We will be, going round and round because, it goes to Swargam and then you come back, right? The phalan in the Swargam is limited, so we have to come back. So even the Upasana, at least it gives you the next level, Brahmalokam, it enables you to do the next one. Yeah, so Yeah, amazing, good, really good, and we see that getting repeated, right? More so in Gita as well as in Bhagavatam. We are listening to couple of Upadesham, last few days, and even there, Prakriti, Purusha, same kind of concepts. So it's being repeated. So it's really, every time we listen to this, it's all being repeated. So good, real good concepts. Uh, just wanted to add that.
So here, sadhanas and creation. For every stage, some sadhanas are mentioned. That's how the
Great.
whole idea of creation that progresses here.
Yeah.
All these sadhanas, karma, upasana, different results for different type of people.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Thanks. Uh, Sampaji, thoughts from you, Sampaji?
Hariom. I mean, it's very fascinating to understand the science behind everything, right? So whatever we are following from, from an year to the months to the, hour and the 7 days. I mean, sometimes we understand it's all created because of the English calendar and everything. But, if we understand the whole science behind what is being mentioned in our scriptures, it's so precise in terms of, it's sometimes it's intellectually stimulating, just it takes you into to understand more and more. But, it's refreshing to, or I can say it's convincing that, whatever we are following in terms of rituals or practices, this is what is being prescribed in our shastras. And, and why we should not follow is sometimes the question comes, right? Because being already mentioned so authentically from all these scriptures, as Nataraji said, we saw Krishna Kadi and Sukla Kadi in Gita, the same thing which came. So very, very refreshing and very, very nice, Ganeshji. Thank you so much. It's really, so nice to again listen to these things. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sampaji. And no, it's a very profound, the concept of time itself, you know, that sun's movement causes time. That's how it is put. So then you understand if the sun were to stop still, time also will stop. If nothing moves, then
And
there's no time.
also, some practices which they are saying that why we should follow during the day, why we should follow only during the night. And there is, science behind it. It's not that,
Exactly.
blindly, people are saying there's a science behind it and why we should follow during the day and during the night. It's just amazing.
But there's another thinking, time itself is Bhagwan, Prajapati. So there's no good time and bad time. All are good times only. Because time is Prajapati. Another line of thinking.
Yeah, but each has got a different different phalams or fruits, right? That's probably one of the way to look at it. Lalitaji, thoughts?
Hari Om. No, no, wonderful, again, wonderful session, Ganeshji. Thanks a lot. Like Natarajan ji said, even in Bhagavatam, the concept of, Diti and Aditi with Kashyapa Muni, where the same concept is explained. Kashyapa Muni really says that is why it is the same father with, Devas and Asuras being born. The same concept had come, and that too was, I think 2 to 3 days back, Ganeshji. So it's really how, and like Sampaji said, us without telescope, without anything, our rishis, with their Jnana Srishti, they were able to visualize so much about the sun, the what all happened, and even the stars which are visible. It is not visible to the human eye, but of course, how they have classified it amongst thousands of stars, only the 27, and how they are doing it. This is all, really wonderful. We are all blessed to be born with Sanatana Dharma. Really, thank you, Ganeshji, for bringing it to us in every week, And thank you very much.
Thank you, Lalita.
Thank you, Lalitaji. Kananji, thoughts from your side, Kananji?
Hari Om, Hari Om. As Sambhaji says, conviction is the matter. Really convincing on all the corners, connecting the dots and all that. It's very interesting, very interesting. Thanks, Ganesh ji. Super. Thank you.
Thank you, Ganesh.
Vaiti?
Thank you, Ganesh ji. Thank you. I don't have much to say. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's great to be part of this. Thank you.
Thanks, Vaiti. Thanks. Balaji?
Thank you, Vaiti.
Yeah. Thoughts before Aarti, if you want to. You're on mute, Balaji.
Balaji ji.
Sorry. No, I'm just sort of thinking hard. That Pippalada tells them stay for 1 year and then I'll tell you. And so time is elapsed. And he gives the answer that sun, moon are the cause for all the creatures because of the time. So, I'm just trying to see what is the correlation to that 1 year and the concept that he is outlining of where creatures are coming from. That's what I was trying to, in my own mind, do a bit of contemplative thinking as you were speaking, Ganeshji. I didn't come to an answer, or I didn't have any thoughts about it other than saying that time as an element is not in anybody's control. If you don't do the sadhana, time will keep going, and just like creatures are coming, you will also, I think that's the point that was made about the fact that you'll go to heaven, Martya Loke Punyaloka Mishanti. So you go to Punyaloka, and eventually you'll come back. So it sort of indicates that if you don't use the time effectively, you will be in this cycle of sun, moon, rai, prana, which is entirely at the base physical level, not at the metaphysical level, and you will keep spending time. Probably that's why he wanted to say, he gave that as a first answer after having spent 1 year there. Purely that was a thought process going in my own mind as you finished the first question effectively.
Thank you, Balaji ji. This concept of time, they said all jivas are caught up in time. We are caged by time.
Yeah.
We are caught up. And moksha is you go beyond time, but one cannot imagine a state beyond time. How can there be where there is no time? Because we can't imagine it.
Correct.
Time is something that we are very much in it.
Yeah.
So going beyond that where there is no time, unimaginable, really.
So all the physical things that we interact in this world, procreation, eating, prana, enjoyment, everything that we do has the dimension of time automatically built in. And that's why the year, everything is so beautifully aligned because, and I think Velikudi Swami gives a beautiful example for this. He says that if you go to some of the forest areas, there'll be huge logs which will be cut, and there'll be two people on two ends holding a huge saw and cutting the wood, up, down, like that. And he says it'll look so rhythmic when they keep going up and down and up and down. But the fact is, as you see the log is getting cut, similarly, the day and night keeps going up and down, but you don't see that the time that you have for contemplation is getting cut. And you are looking at the saw movement, not at the cut that's happening. And probably, we just need to realize that every moment we need to focus on the concept of time and how we could go beyond space and time. We are limited by space and time, effectively.
Very much.
I was just also thinking that does this concept have any relationship to Einstein's formula of E is equal to mc square? I don't know. I just need to, some weird thoughts came to my mind. That's why. Anyhow, some random thoughts, Ganeshji, nothing in a particular order. Sorry.
And one more thing, in our tradition, Kala, and Bhagavad Gita, Kala stands for both time as well as death. Yama is Kala.
Kala, correct.
So there is a correlation between time and, that mortality.
Mortality, correct. Physical mortality.
Both are Kala. So it's...
Yeah. So I think, the 1 year represents the teacher sort of indicating to people that after spending time a lot, everything, if you still ask questions about physical level, you will continue to spend more time here. Possibly. I'm just piecing together as I have spoken.
Possibly.
Yeah. Sorry, Natarajanji. Thanks. I'm done. Natarajanji, I also can't do Aarti. Can you do Aarti, please?
Yeah, let me bring my. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll just bring my.
Sure. Sorry. Sampaji is outside. He asked me, but.
I'll bring.
Just 1 second. Lata Pandre, Aarti Pandre, yeah? Yeah. Okay, Natarajanji. Lata is doing Aarti. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I'll reach home, but got stuck in traffic. So the map showed that I can't reach on time. So sorry.
Oh. I need to. Okay.
You have to change the background, sir. Balaji, you might have to change the background.
Oh, okay. I have to find out how to change the background now. Just give me a minute. None. Yeah. Narayana, Narayana,
Narayana,
Narayana, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana, Bhadri, Narayana, 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 Satya, Narayana, 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 Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva buddhyatmana ma prakate svabhavat karuyate
Sakalam
sarvasmai
Parasmai
Narayana iti samprayami
Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahisham O Brahmanesu Shubhamastu Nityam
Satyam Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu Shri Krishna Arpanasti Indra Ramana Govinda Govinda. Good. Let me log out. See you all tomorrow evening. Satsang at 5:30 for the remaining 12 chapters of Gita. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Satsang.
Hari Om.